Hello, and welcome to our panel on narratives of childhood and environmental justice in conjunction with our ASLE conference streams of environmental justice and eco-theory. Each of our 5 panelists has prepared a 10-minute talk on the ways societal expectations and taboos around childhood shape the stories shared with young people. We believe that our climate emergency necessitates challenging established formulas and imagining alternative narratives for and about young readers. We ask how child-directed narratives represent environmental realities to young audiences, how they make connections among social, economic, and environmental hardship, and how they navigate issues of climate change and social justice. We believe these narratives can help raise productive questions. Our first speaker will be Clare Echterling, a lecturer in the English department at Caldwell University in Caldwell, New Jersey. Clare has written on global and American environmental literature, and her publications include essays on post-colonial criticism, on biographies of Wangari Maathai, and on imperialism in the Chronicles of Narnia. Her chapter on teaching decolonial climate justice and climate literature is forthcoming in the MLA volume, Teaching the Literature of Climate Change, edited by Debbie Rosenthal. Clare will present a talk on Margarita Engel's novel in verse. The talk is called Silver People, Voices from the Panama Canal, Colonial Violence and the Anthropocene. Our second speaker will be Andrea Casals. Andrea holds a master's degree in human settlements and environmental studies and a doctoral degree in literature, both from the Catholic University of Chile, where she is an adjunct assistant professor and co-editor of the academic journal English Studies in Latin America. Currently, Andrea is conducting a 3-year research project on young adult dystopian narratives, serving ASLE as an international liaison, and preparing for the biennial conference for the International Research Society for Children's Literature, IRSCL, to be hosted by the Catholic University in October. Her talk is titled A Latin American Reading of the Hunger Games, and she'll examine Suzanne Collins's post-apocalyptic tale as an allegory of global South-North exchanges and as a precondition for the emergence of Freire's concept of radical hope. Our third speaker, Lara Saguisag, is an associate professor at the City University of New York, College of Staten Island. She is the author of Incorrigibles and Innocence, published by Rutgers University Press in 2018. Incorrigibles and Innocence won both the Charles Hatfield Book Prize and the Ray and Pat Brown Book Award and was nominated for an Eisner Award. Lara is working on a project on the relationship between children's literature, comics, and fossil fuels. And her article titled Blood in the Water, Joel Parker Rhodes's Bayou Magic as Children's Petrofiction was released by the journal Jeunesse as an advance article in preprint in May 2021. For this panel, she will speak to us about Malawian author and inventor William Kamkwamba in her paper titled Winds of Change, Reframing the Boy Who Harnessed the Wind as a Story of Energy and Climate Injustice. I will be our fourth speaker for this panel, and as such, I'll take a quick moment to note my new edited collection, Literary Cultures and 21st Century Childhoods, out from Palgrave Macmillan in 2020. 3 articles in this collection, as well as my introduction, directly address environmental concerns, social justice, climate change, and animal studies in literature and media for young readers. For this ASLE panel, I'm going to reflect on icon Greta Thunberg and young activists coalition building in my paper titled Born in a Burning House, Greta Thunberg and Childhood as a Community. Our fifth and final speaker will be Marek Oziewicz, the Sidney and Marguerite Henry Professor of Children's and Young Adult Literature at the University of Minnesota Twin Cities. Marek studies the Anthropocene as a challenge to our story systems, and his research is on representations of climate change in children's literature. His recent work includes a forthcoming special issue of The Lion and the Unicorn Journal on children's literature and climate change, co-edited with our panelist, Lara Saguisag, and a collection that's titled Fantasy and Myth in the Anthropocene, Imagining Futures and Dreaming Hope in Literature and Media, co-edited with Brian Atterbury and Teresa Dedinova, and forthcoming from Bloomsbury Academic in 2022. Mark's talk today centers on a 2019 novel in which refugees from a ruined Earth assure another planet's inhabitants that humans are peaceful. His presentation is called, quote, "It Was Just a Few Bad People, Exploring Responsibility for Climate Change with Jeff Rodkey's We're Not From Here." Thank you for your attention to this panel on narratives of childhood and environmental justice.